today. We're playing Minecraft. And so that we're playing chill, you know. So let's chill. Let's chill. Let's go. Alright, this one. Oh, let's open. Anyways. Let's go. Let's have some dough. Joe. Dope 100. Honda CRV
hybrids. There's plug-in hybrids. There's series and there's a lot going on. Hi, I'm Jacob from Cambridge Center Honda. I do the deliveries here at the dealership, so when you get a new vehicle, I'm here to explain all the features. And right now we're in the CRV hybrid, and there's a lot going on with these hybrid vehicles. If you've never owned a hybrid before, there's a lot of new things in here, and that's what I'm going to do today. If you've got electric energy, but it's using the energy there's a lot to talk normal automatic car. When you take your foot off the gas, the car's just to do off the gas. If you're going towards battery, the dash, you'll see there's one arrow here right beside the little B icon. So I can have it in drive and I can have it in B, right? When it's in B, you'll see these arrows beside the B, and that's showing me how much deceleration the car is doing. So one arrow is the least amount of regenerative braking force. Just like an automatic car, will just coast. Level 2, level 3, and level 4 with the most amount of regenerative braking force. So when the gas pedals let go of it, just slows down a little bit for you. That being said, one arrow, it's just normal automatic car driving. When I take my foot off the gas, the car is going to roll. There's no resistance. And again, deceleration, when I take my foot, I still have to use the more battery it can put towards driving the car. So that's, again, it's not something you have to do by any means. You don't have to drive everywhere in B, but I think you get the most out of the hybrid when it's being used in B mode. Save your brakes, you get more battery, and like I said, the more battery, the better for the hybrids. If you're used to a manual car, you would know when you shift down a gear, when you take your foot off the gas, the car slows down by itself, right? Engine braking, it's called engine braking. You can think of this B mode like hybrid regenerative engine braking. It's a very similar feeling when you take your foot off the gas and the car kind of lurches, it slows down, right? It's very similar to shifting down gears, but it's not using the transmission. These paddles don't affect the transmission like they might in your other Hondas. The gas Hondas, sport models, these paddles will be used to change gears. You can go up and down gears with these paddles, but in the hybrid it does not affect the transmission. It only affects the amount of force the regenerative braking is using. There's different types of hybrids. There's plug-in hybrids, there's series hybrids. This here is a parallel hybrid. So if you see the screen here, the battery and the motor work together to drive the car. Some people, they'll come and they'll say, when is it just going to use the battery? Or when does it go into electric mode? The hybrids never use just the battery or just the motor, or very rarely. Sometimes if you're going very slow, it will do just the battery, but most of the time it uses both together in parallel, right together. That being said, again, my car doesn't power up through the wall. You don't plug it in to charge it. So the only way it gets more battery is by using regenerative braking. And again, I could control the amount of regen it's doing. The more battery, the better. And it has some benefits, like I was saying. It kind of slows me down so I can control it. It is something you don't need to do. I think new hybrid owners, this is getting a little complicated, but it's something you can. It's getting a little complicated for maybe a new hybrid owner, but this is something you can play with. The car's a normal car; you can drive it like such. But if you want to really take advantage of the hybrid, you can use that B mode to have a little bit more control. The more rotational force, the more electrical gain you would receive. So if you're going really fast and you start doing regen, of course it's going to build up more power for the car. It's like winding the light faster. So there's a lot of ins and outs to how the hybrids operate. But really it's just a car, you just drive it, and that's the lovely part about the hybrid CRVs, is they handle just like a gas CRV. They're essentially the same as a gas CRV, but they have this extra benefit of running off the battery. It saves you quite a bit. On the fuel, for sure. Before working at the dealership and having some experience with the hybrid vehicles, I've just been a normal internal combustion, a gears and oil type of person, but you really can't argue with the results in the electric cars. It's a pleasure to drive, it's nice and quiet, and there's benefits to it. I'm sure anybody that's shopping hybrids has figured that out by now. They're undeniably a little bit better. And really, for me, as a car nerd, I enjoy delivering the car because there's more neat features that I can explain. And there's tons of benefits. Not saying you need to do it, but you can definitely take a look at it. It's something that you should look into. You can come and test drive anytime at Cambridge Center Honda. Try these features for yourself. You'll see what I mean.
This is a 2024 CR-V Sport L that I've owned for basically as soon as it came out. I got this one on order in July 2023 and picked it up at the very end of July. And I'm not a car reviewer, so I'll tell you what I love about this car and anything that I don't after having owned it for almost a year now. And before I get into any bad, I'm gonna tell you this is the best car I've ever owned by far. I've had probably about 9 different cars over the years, and this thing rocks. It gets like 34 miles per gallon in the hills of Pittsburgh and stop and go, and it has a boatload of power, especially considering the kind of gas mileage that it gets. There's some pretty surprising things that a lot of the car reviewers aren't going to really tell you about this. First of all, most any car you've ever owned will have a cast iron exhaust manifold or a steel exhaust manifold where it can rust, it can leak, it can have all sorts of problems. Well, this has an integral manifold. It's part of the aluminum cylinder head, and then the exhaust pipe just mounts right onto that. So it's kind of
Alright. So I'm playing games right now. Just don't call me bro. 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 Bro. Call me bro. Call me bro. Shin. Sparky. Wait. I'll be right back. now I'm your boy AJ. Bro, you just subscribe. You don't subscribe, man. You don't subscribe, man. Don't subscribe, man. Don't subscribe, man. Don't subscribe, man. Bro, don't call me a noob. Don't call me a noob. Don't call me a noob. Call me noob. Don't call me noob. Alright, so I'm done with this guy. That's good. That's good. Bruh. 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 Monster. Namanya juga. Nama juga. Alright guys. Okay. Alright, so let's start this. Alright. Toilet, sebentar toilet. Sebentar toilet. Bro. Bruh. Bro. 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 Sup, sup. And